A kettle, sometimes called a tea kettle or tea kettle, is a type of pot, typically metal, specialized for boiling water, with a lid, spout and handle, or a small kitchen appliance of similar shape that functions in a self-contained manner. Kettles can be heated either by placing on a stove, or by their own internal electric heating element in the appliance versions. History. The first kettles were used in ancient Mesopotamia for purposes other than cooking. Over time these artistically decorated earthenware containers became more frequently utilized in the kitchen. In China, kettles were typically made of iron and were placed directly over an open flame. Travelers used the kettles to boil fresh water to make it suitable for drinking. The word kettle originates from Old Norse ktil cauldron. The Old English spelling was settled with initial che, t. Like cherry, Middle English was kettle. Both come ultimately from Germanic kettles, that was borrowed from Latin ketillus, diminutive form of catinus, deep vessel for serving or cooking food, which in various contexts is translated as bowl, deep dish, or funnel. The development of kettles was in direct correlation with the evolution of the modern stove. Electric kettle. In the latter part of the 19th century, electric kettles were introduced as an alternative to stove-top kettles. In 1893 the Crompton and Company firm of England started featuring electric kettles in their catalogue. The early electric kettles were quite primitive as the heating element couldn't be immersed in the water. Instead, a separate compartment underneath the water storage area in the kettle was used to house the electric heating element. The design was inefficient even relative to the conventional stove-top kettles of the time. In 1922, the problem was finally solved by Leslie Large, an engineer working at Bulpitt and Sons of Birmingham who designed an element of wire wound around a core unsheathed in a metal tube. As this element could be immersed directly into the water, it made the new electric kettle much more efficient than stove-top kettles. In 1955, the newly founded British company Russell Hobbs brought out its stainless steel K1 model as the first fully automatic kettle. A thermostat, triggered by the rising steam as the water would come to boil, would flex, thereby cutting off the current. Modern kettles include a variety of technological advancements. Some electric kettles are cordless with illumination capabilities. Whistling kettles are equipped with lightweight dynamics and heat-resistant handles. Stove-top kettles. A stove-top kettle is a roughly pitcher-shaped metal vessel used to heat water on a stove-top or hob. Kettles usually have a handle on top, a spout, and a lid. Sometimes stove-mounted kettles also have a steam whistle that indicates when the water has reached boiling point. In whistling tea kettles, when the steam building up in the container of the kettle tries to escape, it causes vibrations to occur within the chamber. As the speed of the releasing steam increases, the vibrations become louder, causing a whistle. Some whistling kettles have an actual whistle on a cover at the end of the spout. The most popular stove-top kettles are made with stainless steel. This is due to the lightweight nature of the kettle, in addition to the bright finish and durability. The crack-resistant nature of the kettle also makes it easier to clean. Kettles can also be made from copper, iron, aluminum, polished chrome or ceramic. A kettle has two principal advantages over a saucepan for heating water. The enclosed nature of a kettle reduces heat losses and leads to quicker boiling, and the exclusive use of the kettle for water means that hot drinks cannot be contaminated by grease spots or food residues left if saucepans are not meticulously washed. Electric kettles. Electric kettles were introduced as a means to boil water without the necessity of a stove top. They are normally constructed of durable plastic or steel and powered by mains electricity. In modern kettles the heating element is typically fully enclosed, with a power rating of 2-3 kW at 220 V. In countries with 110 V mains electricity, kettles may be less powerful to avoid drawing too much current and requiring a very thick supply wire. In modern designs, once the water has reached boiling point, the kettle automatically deactivates, preventing the water from boiling away and damaging the heating element. A bimetallic strip thermostat is commonly used as the automatic shut-off mechanism. The thermostat is isolated from the water in the kettle and is instead heated by the steam created when the water boils, which is directed through a duct onto the bimetallic strip. This allows the thermostat to be coarsely calibrated, which in turn allows the kettle to function normally at a wide range of altitudes. A consequence of this design is that the kettle may fail to deactivate if the lid is left open, due to an insufficient amount of steam being ducted onto the bimetallic strip. Jug kettles became popular in the late 20th century. They have a more upright design and are more economical to use, since small amounts of water, enough for only 1 cup, can be boiled while still keeping the element covered. In the United States, an electric kettle may sometimes be referred to as a hot pot, Kettle Gallery. Similar devices, a cauldron is a large kettle hung over an open fire, usually on an arc-shaped hanger called a bale. A fish kettle is a long slim metal cooking vessel with a tight-fitting lid to enable cooking of whole large fish such as salmon. A kettle grill is a dome-shaped grill with a rounded lid, resembling a cauldron. A kettle drum is a kettle-shaped drum. See also, Kelly kettle. Specialized types of kettles for outdoor use, intend to use fuel more efficiently. Samovar, a type of urn used for boiling water and making tea in Russia and other parts of Eastern Europe. Tea culture, teapot, a vessel with spout, lid, and handle, often ceramic, for brewing and serving tea with water that has been previously boiled. Tea is made, an English appliance that combined a kettle and a teapot to make tea automatically by a clock. Tetsubin, a cast-iron Japanese pot with a spout. Windermere kettle. References. External links.